instead of trying to create this grandiose goal and a big New Year resolution for the 15th time unsuccessfully, it's much better to start from anti New Year's resolution. I'm a big proponent of this. This is what helped me uh, go through phases of my life successfully. And knowing what I didn't want helped me much, much, much more than knowing what is my grandiose plan in the spur of motivation and inspiration, and then to wake up tomorrow morning and do nothing about it. You've probably been guilty of that one before. Uh, January killed more New Year's resolutions than Armageddon killed dinosaurs. So, getting really, really, really good grasp and pinpointing the self sabotage, which is the first step, and that step is divided in two parts. Part number one of that step is knowing where you are right now, but really having a really, really good grasp of where you are right now, because of one simple thing. Knowing where you are right now will allow you to take the responsibility, because where you are right now is the sum of the steps you've taken in the past or you avoided to take in the past. So, getting a really good grasp of where you are right now and what is happening in your life is going to give you that feeling of discomfort, that feeling of disgust, that feeling of guilt, which are all amazing emotions. Those are crazy, crazy drivers. We'll dive into those when we start dissecting the pain from this part of the equation. But the negative emotions are huge, huge drivers. And then when you know where you are right now, and then you go backwards and be like, okay, what are the steps that I took in the last 12 months that got me to this position where I'm right now? Assuming you want to change something, whether it's your health, or you want to get a six pack, or you want a better relationship, or you want to want more money, or whatever it is, you will dissect that situation. Go for the three big ones: so health, relationship, wealth. If you want wealth, get a good grasp of like, how am I here at the position in 2025 where I'm making $3,000 a month, and then go through the steps that happened in the last year or last 3 years, just 30,000 feet view, and see what that led you. Why this is important is because if you keep repeating those same steps that led you to this position where you are right now in life, you will get the same outcome next year. So nothing will change, trust me, regardless of how good you are at visualizing stuff, regardless of how good you are at coming up with these grandiose plans and goals and writing them down. That's all good. I love that. But if you don't have that feeling of anger and disgust, and you're like, never again, it's enough. I know exactly where I am, I know how I got here. If I keep repeating the steps that I just outlined, listen, it's gonna take you some time for this. It's not gonna be like a 15-minute exercise. You're gonna need a blank sheet of paper, like a notebook like this one, and take a pen and paper and sit, lock the door, sit there for 4 hours, think. And then when you find those steps, then the next step is to understand exactly what you don't want, the anti New Year's resolution. That one is big. That one is, I I sit there and I imagine a goal and I say, okay, I want $20,000 a month. What do I do to make sure I never hit that goal? And then you write them down, and you'll be like, okay, in order to miss this goal, I need to scroll at least 3 hours per day on social media. I need to be at least 2 hours on Instagram, and I need to be at least 2 hours on TikTok. Okay, I need to waste my time watching irrelevant YouTube videos or watching good ones, but never taking the time to actually put down on pen and paper what these people are saying in these videos. Say, can I use some of that? Then I need to fuck up my sleep as bad as possible. I need to have random wake up time, random time to bed every single day for as long as I'm alive. I need to go one night at 9 p.m., one night at 11, one night at 1 in the morning. Then I need to wake up at 7, at 5, at 11, and 3. And I need to destroy my energy so I have as much bad sleep as possible. Then I'm not joking. Like, this is exactly how I've done it. Then you need to be like, okay, what's next? Oh, I need a lot of sugar. I need to just eat pounds and pounds and pounds of sugar every single day. And that I'll make sure that my energy looks like this, like crap, and that whenever I'm at the top, I'm scrolling so I can go down at the bottom, and then at the bottom, I'm angry, I'm disgusted, I have like the feeling of shame and guilt, and then I start building back up. I create these grandiose plans, but then I stuff myself with sugar, so I F up my energy, and then it's all back down, and I cannot like complete anything. I cannot work on my goals. So then I need to avoid exercise and movement at all costs. I need to sit in chairs like this one for as long as I can to have massive lower back pain, to have the bone density and the muscle mass on my body as my grandma. And I need to be sure that I am working on that flawlessly every single day. I need extra pounds of fat. And I need to destroy that energy as much as possible because that's going to be the fuel that's going to take me to this goal that I want. And then when you sit and look at that, and you have, that's the self-sabotage. The scrolling on social, eating sugar, watching porn, playing video games, that's the self-sabotage. And then how do you pinpoint that? You ask yourself, what do I do to make sure that I never hit my New Year's resolution? What I do to make 100% sure I never hit my New Year's resolution? And from that, when you do those two, when you understand where you are right now and the steps that led you there, and then you understand what are the things that you absolutely need to have in place in order to never hit your New Year's resolution, that's your anti-resolution. That's when you know with a flawless accuracy what is the self-sabotage in your life. That's it. Random ass sleep times and wake up times. Random eating habits, random exercising habits or no exercising habits, scrolling the entire day, frying my dopamine receptors and shrinking them as low as the dust grains so I cannot feel the stimulus from working towards my goals. And from here, all the negative emotions will be born. And this one, so when you pinpoint self-sabotage and you know exactly what are the behaviors, then that will lead to pain and discomfort. And this place is what I call, can you see? Yes, you can. So you have your current level here, current, and then you have this big pit here, and then you have future. So what is this? This is a pit. I call it the pit of despair. But here's why this is awesome. This is not a bad thing. The pit of despair is here. And it's the gap between your current self and your future self. This one is your vision. This one is your anti-vision. This is your New Year's resolution. This is your anti-New Year's resolution. In this pit of despair, this is where the pain sits. And from that pain, you know what happens from that pain? Goals are created. From this pain here, this is the pit. You enter the pit as a current self and you feel a lot of pain here. And inside this pit, you're like, man, I need a goal. I cannot stand this life anymore. I have all of these negative emotions. I know exactly what I need to keep doing in order to never hit my goals. I'm feeling like crap. I don't like where I am. I don't like my surroundings. I don't like the possessions. I don't like the daily activities. I'm suffocating. The biggest thing why you need to do this is to let your human potential shine. You have your unique genius. The more you quote unquote work, the harder you work by the daily activities, by the 9 to 5, by scrolling social media, eating crap and all that, the more you work to put that human potential and your unique genius to sleep, the bigger the despair and the sorrow and the guilt and the shame will be. That's where that big gap is created, and that's where we feel like, holy fuck, from that is where depression is born, and anxiousness and anxiety and all that kind of bad stuff. So you pinpoint this, you go to pain. This pain will create a goal. This pain will create a goal. Set a goal for yourself. But listen, before you set a goal, you cannot set your goal without knowing where you are. You cannot call me and ask, how do I get to New York? And I say, oh, it's easy. You just fly west. You just fly east. and then I understand that you are on the coast of Florida. So you will end up in London. Or if you're in London, you will end up in Australia. That's the problem. So you have to know your stage, because this stage will determine what advice is good for you and what advice is bad. Let me take this down and give you another one. Imagine it like this. Imagine it like this is stage one, and you have like all these arrows here, and you can work in any direction you want. This is stage two, and you have just two arrows here and here. And this is the stage three, where you have just one arrow. And so this is you, and this is also you. One, so this is a blue one, and this is a yellow one. One, you need to go through all of these stages, but here's the point. If you have like, imagine that goal sits here. So the big goal is here. Yes, you can see it. So the big goal is here. This, like every day, you get 24 hours. In those 24 hours, you can work towards anything. Let's say in 1 quarter, you can move an inch in any direction. This dude is moving an inch here, then he's moving an inch here, then he's moving an inch here, then he's moving here, then here, then here, then here. Where he is in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quarters. So that's almost 2 years. He moved nowhere. This dude, in 7 quarters, this arrow would be here, and this one would be closer to the goal. But this dude would do this, and then do this. So he would do this and do this in 7 quarters, and he would hit the goal. This is in a nutshell. It's a different video and different topic, but this is focus. This is focus. But in order to get here, you need to go to this stage. This is a stage one. This is a stage where you are like, what is the skill I want to master? And then I will spend, this is a stage where you give each of these arrows 5 days a week, 4 hours per day. You can go 8 if you have time. So 5 days a week, I give this arrow. This is video editing. Arrow number 2 is copywriting. Arrow number 3, media buying. Arrow number 4, writing content. Arrow number 5, creating content. This is where you take a good month and a half, and you test things out. You find your thing that feels like, hey, I can do this. But listen, your dopamine receptors are like this big right now. If you are scrolling the entire day, if you're just like we all are at some point in our life, like just the average, you're scrolling 3, 4, 5 hours per day. You're eating whatever you want, whenever you want. You go to sleep whenever you want. You occasionally drink. You're partying. You suffocate yourself with sugar here and there. So you're like mildly overweight, nothing crazy, but your dopamine receptors are like this. There is no such thing as dopamine detox. This is what happens. This is the healthy size of a receptor. Imagine it like this, like a bean. And this is our receptors. These receptors are accustomed to stimulus of 100. This is social media. This is alcohol. This is porn. This is sugar. This is video games. So they are giving the stimulus of 100, 101, 99. And then when so much stimulus is sent to the brain, the signal of the brain is like, let's shrink the receptors. We don't need the receptors as big, because we get so much stimulus, the receptors can get small. Dopamine is the main driver of action. That's how you get addicted. These ones are the healthy size, and you have mastering skill. Read a book. And so on and so on and so on. So good behaviors that will lead to you achieving this big goal. These are on a stimulus scale at 15 to 20. So you have these being 15 or 20, and these being 100. If your receptor is a dot, and you send a stimulus of 15 to 20, it doesn't register. That's the big problem. This receptor won't register the stimulus. This is a good behavior. This is rewarding behavior. This can become addictive. Reading a book can become addictive. Writing can become crazy addictive. Recording videos like this can become crazy addictive. But if the receptors are this big, they need a stimulus of 100. Chicken breast and broccoli or boiled potato are freaking awesome after 7 days of starving. But if you just had a jar of Nutella and you had Domino's pizza and you get boiled potato, like, what an F, bro? Like, who's gonna eat this thing? Who needs chicken breast and broccoli? This is tasteless. No, it's not. It has a taste, but we cannot register the taste because we are overstimulated in all of the places of all arenas of life. So here you will need to push. This is push phase because it will hurt. Your brain will ask for this stimulus, so it can release the dopamine. You won't be able to give it, so this will be hard. This section here is going to be hard, but this is where you're going to be testing, and trust me, after a week or two, this bad boy is going to become just like, oh my god, what do we do? Just force yourself to remove these for like 2-3 days. Don't even work on anything. Lay down in your bed and look at the ceiling, but you cannot scroll the social media, you cannot suffocate yourself with sugar, you cannot watch porn, video games, blah blah. And then after like a day or two, you're going to be like, man, I'm going to go crazy, I need to do something. Then you're going to pick up a book, you're going to start mastering a skill. So give it 1 or 2 days, 3. So your dopamine receptors, the body is an adaptation machine. Those will start growing back really, really, really fast. So it's actually not growing back, it's just refreshing to the normal size. And then you go through this phase. Go through this phase as fast as possible, because you might already know, oh, I don't like video editing. Oh, I don't like whatever. But don't say I don't like if you didn't try it. You need to go ahead and try it, because you can say for all 10 high value skills, I don't like them, that's not me, and then what's else to do? So you need to go ahead and test them out. Give them 5 days of the week, 4 hours per day. That's nothing crazy. But after 6, 7, 8 weeks, you're gonna be there at a place where you tested like 8 skills, and you know, like, man, I really like this writing thing. I think I could be writing for someone who's recording content. Maybe I can reach out to some YouTubers and write them a script. Maybe I can dissect the video from Danko or Ali Abdal and then give them what they do in their scripts. So that will happen here. Here, this is the next phase that you should also dedicate 8 weeks. This is a phase that starts like this, and you pick 2. If you are 1000%, which you probably won't be, pick 2. Pick one that's hard. Pick one that feels awkward, like recording videos. And pick one that you felt like this is like amazing. Pick one that's gonna push you outside of your comfort zone, and pick one that felt in this circle like, oh my god, this is so good. This felt like the best thing I ever done. That's the one. Make those 2 go here. Push yourself outside of your comfort zone with one, and then go for the other one where, quote unquote, the enjoyment starts. When this bad boy goes back to normal healthy size, all of this work here, all of this work here, and all of this work here will more from mighty discipline to pleasure. That's how you keep up. That's how you keep going and going and going. And then you're 4 weeks here, you're 8 weeks here, you're maybe 4 to 8 weeks here. Maybe you'll go faster, but don't rush it. And then after 3 months, you are at the place where you are ahead of the beautiful concept of 99% of people. You don't need to be ahead of 99% of people. You can be ahead of 90% and still do amazing things in life. This part here is where you're getting closer to that magical 10K a month. Trust me, at 10K a month, from 10K to 100K, not much thing will change. Not much thing will change. Not many things that you can do with $100,000 a month that you cannot do with $10,000 a month. This is the magic number. This is the freedom number. And then from here, from this phase, you will go to this phase. This you is the one where multiplies. And this is, if you take the quarter 2 and quarter 1 or 2 and 3 and 4, this is the end of the next year, and this is where your goal was and where you hit it. This is how you go. You create anti-New Year's resolution. Then you go through the circle. We had you pinpoint the self-sabotage. You understand exactly where you are right now and the actions and inactions that led to this place. By doing that, you know that if you keep repeating that, you will end up in the same place in 12 months. Then you ask yourself, what do I do to destroy my New Year's resolution, to never achieve it? And then you list out, this is the thing, this is the key, this bad boy. This one, you sit with this one. This is not a question of like, what do I do? Then you like 30 seconds. Okay, then let me see what's going on social media, on Instagram and TikTok. And you don't do that like this. You sit down, you take a pen and paper, you close all distractions, you lock your room, lock your apartment, put your phone on silent, flip it upside down so you cannot see if the freaking screen is shining and the notifications are beeping and screaming at you, and then just write. And write, what do I need to do? What are the steps? Sleep, energy, food, exercise, video games, scrolling. I need this. I need to scroll 4 hours a day. I need to play video games 10 hours per day. I need to drink heavily on Friday and Saturday. And that's the self-sabotage. That's exactly how it happens. And then from that pain, you're gonna feel discomfort. That discomfort will lead to pain. From that pain, you have that beautiful pit of despair. That concept, from that pain, the goal is born. And then you go into this little diagram here where you first start testing. You don't know, your goal can be 10K a month. You don't know the vehicle. The vehicle might be copyright. The vehicle might be video editing. The vehicle might be the video like this. The vehicle might be posting post on X, like big long threads, or doing it on Instagram, or doing it on LinkedIn. You don't know. You need this phase to understand. Right now, when dopamine receptors are like this, like a grain of dust, you don't know yourself. You don't understand what you feel like it's an addictive thing to do. And from that, you will go here, take one that you feel like, oh my God, this feels so hard. But you know that it's high leverage. If it's like reaching out to influential people, we're going to be having a video on that one and the full-blown course as well. But pick one that's like really, really out there. Cold calling, cold emailing. Be like, oh my God, I hate this thing. I cannot do. That's the one. And then the one that you like the most. Play around with those two for another 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks, depending on how long it takes you and how long you will invest and how long can you invest throughout the day. Maybe you still have 9 to 5. Maybe you have 3 kids like I have. So, and then this one it will be you, and then you will be jumping like exponential leaps to your goal. And that's how you get ahead of 92% of people, not really 99. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.